What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of NFL Predictions. This is for week 2 of the NFL season, and I just want to start off by saying, fuck the Bengals. Fuck the Bengals. Fuck the Bengals. They cost me a huge bet. As you can see above me, I went 14-2 last week. Of course, the two that I lost was I picked the Ravens to beat the Chiefs and the Ravens lost, and I picked the Bengals to beat the Patriots and the Bengals lost. I had a huge money line parlay that the only team that lost on it was the Bengals, and I am very sad. So, with that being said, 14-2 is not bad. 14-2 is my best record that I've had since I've started this NFL prediction series. It's better than any record I had last year. So I'm off to a great start this year. Just the Bengals let me down. Okay, well, let's get into this video. So Thursday night, we have Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo obviously started very slow against the Cardinals. Cardinals almost beat them. They had a chance at the end of the game. Miami also started slow from what I saw against who'd the Miami Dolphins face? Who'd they face? Let me check. I do remember seeing them starting slow. I just don't remember who they faced. Let's see. They faced Jacksonville, and they barely beat Jacksonville. I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. But yeah, they barely beat Jacksonville. So both these teams started off very slow in their first games, but they both pulled out the victory. It is in Miami. It's a rivalry game, but I am gonna go Miami just because Miami's home, and I feel like Buffalo. They looked good at the end of the game. They started picking up steam at the end. But it was also against the Cardinals, and the Cardinals aren't that great. I mean, I think they're going to be better this year, but they aren't that great compared to Miami. Miami's way better than Arizona. So I think Miami at home will beat Buffalo. But obviously that could go either way. Both teams are great. Both teams will probably be in the playoffs. So yeah. Next we got the Saints at Dallas. Dallas, for some reason, was underdogs last week against the Browns, so I don't know why. I obviously picked them to win because it's Dallas against the Browns. Dallas is going to win, even if the Browns are at home. So I don't know why the hell they were underdogs, but okay. They are favored this week. You guys can't see the line, but I could see it here. I don't think that was there last year. But yeah, you guys can't see it, but it's to the right of what you guys see. Dallas is actually 6.5-point favorites, which is kind of high, but especially since the Saints put a ass kicking on the Panthers last week. Obviously, it is the Panthers, but still, I'm gonna have to go with Dallas. It isn't Dallas's home opener, so you know it's gonna be loud in there. But yeah, going Dallas. Next, we got Tampa Bay at Detroit. This one's easy for me. I'm going to go Detroit. Detroit picked up their win over the Rams on Sunday Night Football. Tampa Bay looked really good last week too, but I'm going to go Detroit. I believe this is Detroit's home opener. I'm pretty sure last week was at the Rams. So it's also going to be loud. It's going to be loud in there. And yeah. Next, we got the Colts at Green Bay. So obviously, Jordan Love got injured last week against the Eagles, or else I would be picking Green Bay. But since Jordan Love is not playing, I'm gonna go with the Colts. But if Jordan Love was playing, I would go with Green Bay. The line is Indianapolis is favored by 3 points, so I'm gonna have to go and agree with that. I'm gonna go Colts. I don't even know who Green Bay's backup is, if I'm being quite honest. I don't, but I'm gonna go with the Colts. Next, we got the Jets at Tennessee. Jets are favored by 4, pretty much. I'm gonna have to agree and go with the Jets. That's a weird check mark, but we'll fly with it. The Jets obviously just lost to the 49ers. The 49ers are probably gonna be in the NFC Championship game, so I can't hold them against the Jets for I can't hold that against the Jets too much, but Tennessee looked not great. From what I've seen, they obviously blew a lead to the Bears. Let Caleb Williams, who did not play well, still beat them somehow. So I'm gonna go with the Jets to pick up a win against Tennessee. Next, we got the 49ers at Minnesota. 49ers are favored by 6. I'm gonna agree. Minnesota did pick up a huge win last week against the Giants. Sam Darnold did look really good, but that was the Giants. This is not the Giants. This is San Francisco. San Francisco is a lot better than the Giants, obviously. So I'm going to have to go with the 49ers. And I actually think the line is going to be higher than 6. I think they're going to win by like more than 3 touchdowns. So next we got Seattle at New England. Seattle's favored by 4 points. New England, man. New England picked up a huge upset last week against the Bengals. Seattle, I think, won. Yeah, they did win. They won. This one's hard. This one could go either way. Obviously, without what happened last week, I would pick Seattle, like, with no doubt. But the fact that New England beat the Bengals makes me question my decision. Part of me wants to take the Patriots. And I actually think I am going to take the Patriots. I'm going to take the Patriots to beat Seattle. Call me crazy, but I'm going to take New England because after what happened last week, man, I'm scarred for life. Ugh, God, the Bengals, man. Next, we got the Giants at Washington. I'm surprised Washington is favored. They're only favored by 1.5, which is saying a lot because they're at home. And both of these teams lost last week. Daniel Jones usually beats up on Washington. So it's kind of hard not to pick the Giants here just because of the history and what usually happens when these two teams face each other. But I actually, if I was betting right now, I would take Washington, or I would take the Giants to cover by like a touchdown. I want to take their line. I would take an alternate line, but I'm not betting. I'm just predicting. I am going to take the Giants. Yeah, I'm going to take the Giants to beat Washington. This one could go either way. I'm not betting on this game at all unless I do the line betting because this one's unpredictable. Both these teams suck. So next we got the Chargers at Carolina. I'm never going to pick Carolina. I'm always going to pick their opponent. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. That one's my lock of the week. I think the Chargers win that easily. Carolina is just going to be terrible again. They're probably going to have to move on from Bryce Young. He's not a good quarterback. I seen a video the other day of the Miles Sanders, the running back for Carolina, having to move Bryce Young over because he was lined up behind the guard instead of the center, which was hilarious. I also seen somebody put $500 on Bryce Young to win the MVP. That dude's just fucking donating money at this point. But yeah, I'm going to go Chargers. Next, we got Cleveland at Jacksonville. This one's hard, too. Wow, this one's hard. Cleveland at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's favored by 3. Take the under on this game. First of all, it's 42. Jacksonville versus Cleveland. Cleveland looked bad last week, but they faced Dallas. Dallas defense is just... Their defensive line just smoked the offensive line of Cleveland. Jacksonville barely lost, I think, from what I saw. Against the Dolphins. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna go Jacksonville to beat Cleveland. But that one could go either way. Cleveland could win. Jacksonville could win. Who knows? That's probably another one I won't touch. Next, we got the Raiders at Baltimore. I'm gonna go take Baltimore. Baltimore's favored by 10 points. That's kind of a high line. But yeah, the Raiders, I didn't really see any of their game last week. I forget what the score was, but I got to go Baltimore. Just Baltimore's, I picked them to be in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. So yeah, I got to go Baltimore. Next, we got the Rams at Arizona. Arizona's favored by 1 point. I'm going to take the Rams, though. I got the Rams to beat Arizona at home. Arizona looked really good against the Bills, but I don't think they're going to carry that over. I just think the Bills for some reason always play bad in week 1. I think it's just everybody plays bad in week 1. But the Bengals, the Bills, they're like the two teams that always for some reason play really bad in week 1. And I don't know why. But Pittsburgh at Denver. Pittsburgh is favored by 3. I'm actually going to agree with that. I'm going to go Pittsburgh over Denver. Even though Denver's at home, it's going to be in the Mile High. I think that's what their stadium's called, Mile High. Is Mile High Denver? I think it is. I don't know. But it's in the high altitude is what I meant to say. But yeah, I got to go Pittsburgh. Even if Justin Fields is starting, I'm still going to go Pittsburgh. Even though Pittsburgh did not score a touchdown last week, that just shows how good they are because they did not score a touchdown and they still won. So I got to go Pittsburgh. Next, we got Cincinnati at Kansas City. Fuck Cincinnati. Kansas City's going to win. Oh, God. Fucking Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati can kiss my whole asshole. Joe Burrow looked like he's still hurt. He was like shaking his wrist. He could barely lift up a Gatorade bottle. So I gotta go Kansas City. I think that one's my lock of the week. I think Kansas City beats Cincinnati easily. That's my lock. Chicago at Houston. I'm gonna go Houston. That's another lock for me. Houston is not gonna lose to Chicago. Houston is only a 6-point favorite. I think that should be higher, honestly. If I was betting on that, I would take them to win by more than that. Because Chicago did not, Caleb Williams did not look good last week. I'll just say that. Next, we got Monday Night Football, Atlanta at Philadelphia. This is Philadelphia's home opener. Philly is favored by 7 points. Obviously, I got to go with the Eagles. Eagles, you know, Saquon Barkley scored 3 touchdowns last week. I think he goes off again this week. Atlanta lost last week against they lost to Pittsburgh, didn't they? Yeah. So Pittsburgh beat them without even scoring a touchdown. I'm pretty sure that's who they faced last week. But yeah, I gotta go Philly. Philly, you know, looked really good against. Well, they didn't look really good against the Packers, but their offense looked really good. Their defense left a lot to be desired, but of course it is the Packers. They have a once Jordan Love comes back, they'll be in the playoff hunt again. And yeah, but that's my predictions for week 2. Hopefully it goes like last week and I have a good record, like 14-2 again. Bengals. Fuck the Bengals. And oh yeah, fuck the Bengals.